Hello YouTubers, welcome to another episode. Today we're looking at my GoPro setup after a few shots over the last couple of weeks that people have been curious to see how I got them. So would you like to get shots like this? Or like this? Or maybe even similar to this? Well, you will be able to do that after this video by knowing what equipment I use, and you can either use the same equipment, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can get the same stuff, or you can make your own. So, we're going to hop right into it and get straight to the equipment itself. So, right here is the equipment I use pretty much for all of my GoPro related filming antics on the water. And what is this contraption, you might ask? Well, up the top here, we have a Insta360 invisible selfie stick. On the bottom, we have a GoPro Suction Cup, and I'll explain why both of those two specifically I like to use. And then you have a super clamp in the middle to attach the invisible selfie stick to the suction cup. The reason I use the Insta360 invisible selfie stick is in the name, the invisible part. When combined with the use of a 360 camera, it is thin enough so that it becomes invisible and looks like it's floating. And then there's the other part of it. Right now, it offers a good vantage point off of the boat itself, but then what you can do, you give it a little twist because it can extend. Not one level, not two levels, but 3 levels, giving it an approximate height of over a meter, which offers another great vantage point, and that's how I get the raised camera on the boat. Combine that with a 360 camera and it looks like you've got a little drone following you. So how did I come about using this combination of accessories for the GoPro? But again, you can use any sort of action camera. You can get different mounts to mount to. This one has a 1/4 inch mount at the top. I combine that with the GoPro mount, and then you can mount your GoPro to it. If you have a different action camera, you can attach it to the 1/4 inch mount. Same at the bottom, there's a 1/4 inch mount screw you can attach to the super clamp. And the super clamp itself, for those of you that haven't seen one before, right here is basically just a lovely clamp that you can tighten and loosen, and it gives you a very, very tight grip. And then the good old trusty GoPro Suction Cup. This one itself, I can't find one that is this small and this powerful. I have tried many different variations. Some are smaller, some are bigger, but none that I can find without spending a lot of money are as strong, as small as this. So I have purchased one of these. This was going to be the original idea to mount this to the boat right about here, and then that makes it a lot more stable. It's a lot bigger than the GoPro mount itself. And then you super clamp the selfie stick right on here, and you are good to go. But unfortunately, with this boat, it has a slightly curved bow canvas and stern canvas, so this particular piece of equipment does not suction cup well to a non-flat surface. But the GoPro mount, on the other hand, does. I'm on the lookout for another suction cup mount that is just a little bit more stable. Currently, this one is a little bit wobbly, but with the 360 camera, one of the huge benefits with that is the stabilization that it offers. And with newer action cameras too, the stabilization is insane. So the wobbliness isn't too concerning in the footage itself. It's more just the concern that if it's too wobbly, it might fall off. I haven't had that happen yet using this combination, but as always, I really recommend when you have anything attached to the boat, you have to tie it down. So I've got a rope attached to a string, and then that attaches to, depending on what end of the boat I have it, to the rigger or the foot plate. And then if this was to fall off the boat, then it will be caught by the string or rope, and then I can stop and collect it. And therefore you won't be losing not only the new equipment that you're really excited to use that is now sinking to the bottom of the river, the lake, the loch, the body of water you might be on, but also the action camera that you've got attached to it. I always, like I said, recommend having a safety string. Also, a question that has been asked is the floaty backs that you can get from certain action cameras, or the flotation devices that you can get to make your device float in the water. If you have pretty much any other accessory attached to that action camera, the chances are that the device will not float. For example, if you attach an action camera to this suction cup, it won't float. If you attach the selfie stick to an action camera, it won't float. And also, even if you attach a waterproof housing to an action camera, the flotation device sometimes might not work. Obviously, your mileage may vary there depending on the flotation device and the camera itself, but I really recommend, regardless of if you have a flotation device or not, to attach it to wherever you are driving, rowing on, running on, whatever it is, just to make sure, just to be safe, because once this thing falls in the water and it's not attached to anything, the likelihood of getting it back, even if you knew exactly where you dropped it, is very, very low. So Yam Squad, hopefully that clears things up on how I managed to get the footage that I've been getting over the last couple of weeks with the lovely selfie stick, the super clamp, and my personal favorite, the GoPro Suction Cup. Again, links in the description for any of these pieces of equipment below. And as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button. Hopefully you can get some awesome footage now that you know what I've been using, and I look forward to seeing it, and I will see you in the next episode.